Allora, Marta Martì. Cioè, hi. Allora, la Spagna ha un bel po'... Can I speak Italian?
No, no at all. I can understand something, but
okay,
not
anyway,
speaking as well as you.
Yes, we are going to speak in this way. Your country has...
If you want, I can speak Spanish.
No, it would be nice, it would be nice. But I don't know, what about the translation, you know?
Okay, I will speak in English.
Your country has got a few problems in this time. Can you see, everything is black in the future, or can you see some light, maybe pink light?
You're asking,
And look at me, we have...
Yes, I will look at you.
We
yes.
don't have such a long time, so
yes,
we have to
yes,
summarize,
yes.
please.
So,
Scusate, vabbè.
Can you understand me in English?
La Francia ha un sacco, sì, la Spagna, lapsus freudiano, la Spagna ha un sacco di problemi, ma è tutto nero oppure c'è una lucetta alla fine? Prego.
Absolutely, I think that there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. We must be optimistic, and we have a lot of...
Ma you must be or you are optimistic? Bisogna essere...
I am, always I am, and as a country we must be optimistic because we have enough resources in our country to build growth. So in my case, in my opinion, we have the key people, we have the key resources to do that.
Let me ask you, if there are some point of view because of that, it's easier to make your job. When I'm talking about your job, I mean as an entrepreneur in Spain than in other countries, maybe in Italy. Cioè, da qualche punto di vista, perché noi tutti siamo abituati a parlare di questa Spagna, insomma, piena di problemi. Fino a qualche tempo fa ne parlavamo come una Spagna piena di risorse. C'è qualche aspetto in virtù del quale è più facile fare... No, if you take it, it would be easier for me, so I will speak on it.
No, I can understand you.
Ok, it doesn't matter. È più facile fare impresa in Spagna rispetto ad altri paesi, ad esempio l'Italia? Please.
Of course, we have a very... it's not an easy situation in Spain. We have recent data that explains that in Spain it's more difficult to create a company than for instance, Sudan or Albania at all. So can you imagine what it's the real meaning of that for entrepreneurs there? But we have three strength points in Spain that must be put on the table. First of all, nowadays, Spain is not a brick. It's not building sector anymore. Spain nowadays is export. Nowadays, Spain is focused on the industrial sector. In fact, since we started the crisis, we increased around 30% our industrial sector. So that means that we have a stronger potential within the country. This is the first good strength. The second one is that we have a very good infrastructures. We put in order all the logistics with a very well done use of European structural funds. So for the growth, it's very important to have these internal infrastructures. And at the end, but not, it's not, how do you say, not the end, but not the least. Okay. We have entrepreneurs.
Sì,
Yes.
it's difficult in Italian. Ultimo ma non ultimo, insomma.
Ultimo ma non ultimo.
Sì, ultimo
ma non ultimo.
Sì. Ultimo in ordine di tempo e non di importanza.
Yeah, ultimo ma non ultimo. We have entrepreneurs. We have very qualified people in our country as well as your country, and we are key people. So these are three main points that give us guarantees that we can grow up and we can do a very strong country.
Is there something against crisis that young entrepreneurs can do in Europe and politicians cannot do?
Yes.
C'è qualcosa contro la crisi che possono fare i giovani imprenditori e che invece i politici non possono fare?
Yes. I mean, as your president has said, Jacopo, politicians always talk, Entrepreneurs act. So that's what's really meaning of that. That we create value. We think in long term, not in short term, and we have a lot of trust in ourselves. So if nowadays we have a problem of distrust, it's obvious that the key point is to put the focus on the people who trust in themselves, who trust in their projects, who put seeds, and these seeds create value.
Can I ask you the favor to close your speech asking a question to your German colleagues? Posso chiederle di terminare l'intervento facendo una domanda al suo collega tedesco?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For instance, I mean, Elsa, the Ministro del Lavoro, has said, and it's the same in Spain, and I can imagine the same in Greece. A lot of countries, we are doing many reforms. We are cleaning our financial system. What about Germany?
I hear
nowadays.
Nowadays, yes, I hear a lot about.
Vi ricordo che parla Bertram Kawlath. Prego, Bertram.
Thank you. I hear a lot about German model. I do not think there is such thing as a German model, but there's best practice in Europe, and some things are done correct or good in Germany, and some are not. So on my bed of roses, there are some thorns peeking through when I lie. For example, German government is right now preaching austerity, but is not acting like it. We spend more than we have at the moment in Germany as well, despite the fact that we never had as much tax money as we have now. But as an entrepreneur, you don't have a proper choice, at least for an SME company like we are. We don't have the choice to move around, so we have to make the best of it. Am I happy with Germany? Yes, because Germany right now is deeply integrated in Europe.
Can I ask you if Euro and Europe, if we came back from Euro and Europe, possiamo tornare indietro, possiamo fare un passo indietro dall'euro e dall'Europa?
I will not divide those two. Europe has to go together with the euro. You cannot divide it, and we German entrepreneurs, we do not want to divide it. You know, it is like a marriage. You marry in good times and you keep your faith in difficult times. I wouldn't say bad times, because what we do here today and what I've experienced 2 weeks ago in Bolzano at the Italian-German Business Summit, we are working together all over Europe, and especially young entrepreneurs, and there's a lot of activity going on, and I think these are good times for reminding our governments to foster entrepreneurship and to create good environments where we can employ people, because that's what we want.
In this time, do you think that European construction does help job, does help entrepreneurs? In questo momento, allora, aiuta o non aiuta la costruzione europea e lo sviluppo della situazione europea nella costruzione del business, nella costruzione del lavoro?
There's dark and there's light. The light for me is papers like Commissioner Tajani, who has written his paper about the goal of 20% industry as a share of the BIP all over Europe. There's dark, especially connected with light bulbs, for example. So many times we think Europe is created by Gherkin rules or by light bulb rules or by quotas. We can change that, and many times we discuss, do we need deeper European integration? I'd say yes, but we have to be very careful that we create the right Europe for industry and for entrepreneurship. If it would be the European distribution of the Article 18, I would be a little bit afraid. If there would be a European distribution of 90% tax or wealth tax, I would be afraid. But if we choose good practice, for example, we take the inheritance tax in England for entrepreneurs, very good practice to give a company into the next generation. If we can learn from the speed on how reforms can be put through as we see in Italy. Imagine in Germany we would extend the pension age by 10 years, we would have revolutions. It is happening here, and if we have a look at Greece, how deep, how hard reforms they do in such a short time, I have only respect for that, and we have to give them time.
It sounds strange, it could sound strange, potrebbe suonare strano, but is there any best practice in Italy that you want to transfer to Germany maybe? C'è qualcosa di eccellente in Italia che si possa trasferire in Germania? Say yes, I hope.
Yes, of course. You see, for many years, some of my fiercest competitors come from Italy. I was busy in the production of turbocharger housings, and there was a very good foundry in that, because Italy has a lot of family business. And the ties of the family business and the flexibility of the family business is a very, very good example for Europe, which we can learn from in Italy. But policy has to create the surroundings for that to take off. If you're afraid to have your family company grow over 15 people, how can you foster growth? So there is good practice everywhere.
Okay, the question for your French colleague.
Would you think that the United States of Europe would solve all our problems, or is it the goal we have to go for?
Bene, allora una domanda di prospettiva e di sogno, no? Abbiamo chiuso l'intervento del dottor Conti, si è chiuso con un sogno, e questa è una domanda su un sogno, no? Thank you so much, Bertram. Adesso parla Brice Alzon, che è vicepresidente della Confindustria francese, e qui su delega del Presidente per occuparsi anche delle questioni dei giovani. Please answer the question.
Yeah, thank you, Bertrand. In fact, this question of Europe, that can be for us, this is the heart of the question of the Medef, the French Business Confederation. We think that we have right now to go forward on of the United States of Europe. We do not have to forget that the first economies in the world, this is not the United States, this is not China, but this is Europe. And if we right now go forward together with Spain, Germany, Italy, we can make Europe much more stronger. Jacopo spoke about the desertification of Italy, but it is the same in France. But I'm sure that if we go forward together, it will not be desertification, but will be the third revolution will start in Europe, and this is Europe which have to start the third revolution for this century.
Intanto due parole rapidissimamente su che cosa fanno le persone che vi stanno parlando. Martì ha una impresa, più imprese, una che ha un nome molto bello, si chiama Tribù Respira, che si occupa di strumenti di gestione aziendale e tiene a sottolineare che consentono di fidelizzare i dipendenti. La Tribù Respira. Bertram invece è un imprenditore siderurgico, e invece Brice ha una cooperativa, un'impresa, una cooperativa che si occupa di servizi alla persona. It is hard to make your job in your country? È difficile fare questo tipo di lavoro in Francia?
Sì, yes. My company, we have 800 new employees each year. Now our cooperative, thanks to that, we have 250 agencies all around in France, and it's home services, cleaning your garden, your house, repair your computer, everything for home services. And for home services, in fact, in France, thanks to a law that permit everybody to reduce 50% of the income tax of all the work in house, we were able to create in France more than 1,500,000 more employment in France in 5 years. It's huge for us, huge market.
Let me ask you in general, by your point of view, why does industry need Europe? Perché l'industria, il sistema industriale ha bisogno dell'Europa? if they need, of course, se le industrie ne hanno bisogno, by your point of view, dal suo punto di vista.
Well,
so the question is why or if the industrial system needs Europe. Do you think that it needs Europe or not?
Well, as I explained, I think that we made some mistake because the capital market was totally disconnected from the economic reality, and now we made big steps with the European Central Bank and the UCB, and that we rebuilt trust in Europe, and or with the ESM for fiscal assistance. I think that we made the good step to and here in Italy, this is we saw all you did, and think now you did the best to go forward for the growth in Italy, and in France we are a little bit worried right now because entrepreneurs with the new French government, there are many taxes, and we are afraid that lots of French entrepreneurs go outside of France to create companies, to create employment. This is a few weeks ago. I don't know here, like in Italy, if you heard about that, but there's a huge group of entrepreneurs named Les Pigeons, because we said that we are agreed to pay, of course, but not for everything every time, and because the France said that when you create your company, if you want to sell your company, you will have a tax of 60% of what you will when you will sell your company.
Insomma, noi ci lamentiamo delle nostre tasse, non siamo i soli a lamentarsi, si potrebbe fare un lungo discorso su come poi vengono spesi i soldi di queste tasse. Facciamo we close con un fuori programma. You missed your question, lei non ha la sua domanda. Ask a short question to Jacopo Morelli. Yeah, short one, right, now.
Jacopo, my question, I saw that this is 27 Congress, and I really thank you to bring the Medef here, because we have lots of things to share. And my question is, it's not a kind of question, and I hope that we will be here as well for the 28th, and to start to share a lot of things between France and Italy and the Confindustria, Young Entrepreneur and Medef.
We hope so, and we have to work in this direction, and we are very proud to have you here in Capri, and we thank you again for your contribution.
Bene, allora con questo scambio che è anche un invito, thank you so much. We change the mind, thank you, grazie. Allora, tentiamo di recuperare il tempo